All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is this is Michael from CFRN.net. The results for the live trading room today. Oh, I should go with the date. The date today is November 8th, 2012. It's Thursday, November 8th, 2012. The results for today were plus 29 ticks on the NQ, flat everywhere else. Okay. Okay. Let's see. If you have not signed up for a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply. Sign up for the free trial. With the free trial, you get 5 days in our live trading room, 5 business days in our live trading room, and access to everything that you see here. You'll be sent an email with a video in it. Watch the video. It's got a whole bunch of links, too. Links to a whole bunch of videos about the indicators themselves. Take the time to really go through that email that gets sent to you when you sign up for the trial. All right, we only ask for your name and your email address, nothing else. We don't need any credit card information or anything like that. But really, take the time to watch those videos that are in that email that gets sent to you. There's a ton of information in that email. It'll show you how to download the platform. It'll show you how to download the indicators. It may even show you how to install the indicators. If you have any questions, you can email us at support@cfrn.net. All right. Now, let's move on here with the actual trades from today. Okay. On the ES this morning, we had some pretty good movement on the ES. I had drawn early on. I had drawn this triangle here that we were in, and we needed to break out of that. I wanted to see us get out of that triangle. Our first trade, the market ran up right here, and I showed everyone how and why in the live trading room this morning, how and why this might have been a top. Actually, I drew that circle on it, and there used to be a circle down here too. Before it happened, I was saying that might be a top right there, and then it did happen. And we came back down. We hit the BBC. I got long at the BBC, and it gave me a couple of ticks profit before it just got hammered. It went right down here. We crossed, and look how straight the MA1 is right there on that move down. It went straight down and gave me another opportunity to short over here. I missed this one. That one worked out just fine, but I missed it. The next pullback was right over here. I sold the BBC again, and on this one I took 2 points profit, which got me back to break even. Okay, and so right there I stopped trading the ES for the morning at that point. There were a couple more trades, but they were all approaching the weekly trading zone here. You see there was one right here. You could have shorted the BBC right here down to the zone. And I drew these trend lines on here. These little short-term trend lines, and I'll get into that in just a minute. Okay. You can see it's a slow grind down right here. We had some pretty good momentum right here. It got down to this weekly trading zone and lost all the momentum. It's still going down slowly, but it's lost all momentum. Okay. Now let's look at the YM. We didn't trade the YM this morning, but I did draw a couple of trend lines in here when things may have happened. One thing worth noting here, guys, is this trend strength line has been under the envelope for a very long time. Same thing on the ES. It's been under the envelope for a very long time. When it pierces the envelope, the next pierce of the envelope is likely, very likely, to be a significant move, one way or the other. I don't know whether it's going to be up or down, but whatever it is, it's likely to be very significant. You see this right here? Same thing on the ES. When the trend strength line just kind of hangs underneath the envelope for a long period of time like that, it's like it's coiling it right up, you know, right there. You see how it's going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. The next move is going to be significant. I don't know which way it's going to be, but it will be significant. All right. I showed a bunch of guys yesterday. Well, everybody that was in the partners meeting last night, I showed them something a little bit new because we were looking at, and I'll show it to you on soybeans. Because we were looking at stuff here on soybeans yesterday with our normal trade setups yesterday. In that big move up right there. That big move up, you wouldn't have had any entry opportunity in that move up. So what I did is I showed folks how to take advantage of a move up like that. And I did that in the partners meeting last night, and I actually did it in a one-on-one meeting with one of our partners yesterday. So I took that a step further, and I was doing it on the NQ today. Okay, all that sort of stuff, I was doing that on the NQ. Okay, how many points is significant? I would say much more than 6. Okay. Alright, so I took it a step further, and I actually did it today. I showed it today anyway when it was happening. I didn't actually trade it, but I showed it today when it was happening. You hear us say, 2 points a day will be all you need if you can get 2 points a day consistently. Well, right here, the first trade off the open right here went for 4 cents on soybeans. That's the equivalent of 4 points on the ES. The next one went for 1 3/4. The next one went for 5. The next one went for 1. The next one went for about 3. The next one went for 1. And it was back and forth, just like that all day. With the soybeans, the best time to trade is usually like 10:30 to about 11:30, 12. And there were tons of opportunities in there using what I taught last night in the partners meeting. And I took that a step further and applied it to the NQ today because I like to apply the same logic, theory, indicators, everything across different markets. Okay. With the NQ, I ended up plus 29 ticks applying that today. I don't know where all my trades were, but there's a couple of them. All right. Let me minimize this so I can see where my trades are. There we go. All right, now I'll blow it up again. First trade of the day was right in here. Now we had our bearish divergence type trade as well, but I'm not going to focus on that just as much right here. We had a bearish cross that tested the BBC with a down close and bearish divergence, and that moved down nicely. Okay, I took the trade over here, but I took it for the reasons that I went over in the partners meeting last night. Thanks, Jonathan. And over here, we pulled back up again, tested the BBC. Well, we almost tested the BBC, so we wouldn't have actually been looking to take that. We had the bearish divergence, but the cycle was going up. But I took this trade for the reasons I went over last night, and I took some profit on it right there. There was another opportunity to trade it right in there, based on what I said last night. And another one right there. Then it changed directions, and there was one right here, and another one right here. I took this one, but a break even on it. Then it switched directions again. There was an opportunity right there, another opportunity right there, and another one right over here. I took this one, and I took some profit on it. You could have sold off the yellow brick road right here as well. All right, we're coming off a lower low. Could have sold off of that. It changed directions, and you could have gone up there. And again, right here, this one only went about a point. It changed directions again, and you could have shorted down here. Let's see. I'm just looking for the direction change. I didn't draw it in, but you could have gone long right in there, or right in here. Change directions, short right in there. Change directions, long right there for a point. And right here for a half a point. This one would have probably stopped you out. All right. Change directions again, and nothing. Looks like change directions again, and right in here, if you'd gotten long off of that, you really don't want to do it when the price gets down below the BBC. So over here it changed directions, and you had an opportunity to short right there. Over here you had about a point in that move. Changed directions again. The up close was right there. I actually took that trade, and I took some profit on it right there. And let's see, we're getting toward the end of the morning session here, but there were a couple more opportunities in there using what I showed everyone in the partners meeting last night. There was just a ton of opportunity there on the NQ today. And the same thing, the same thing goes. I showed you the soybeans. We looked at the YM. We looked at the ES. Here's my DOM for the NQ and plus 29 ticks on it. We can look at, I'll look at one other market. I know Mike's in here, so I don't want to take up the whole time going over this stuff. But the same stuff applies over here on the Russell. Okay, right there was an opportunity. Right there was an opportunity. Let's see, I had drawn that channel in there too. Right here was an opportunity. Right here was an opportunity. The same thing applies. Okay, and I could go over it on gold, and I could go over it on crude. The same thing is going to apply over there as well. All right. If you want to see more information about that, become a partner. And that's if you're on the free trial, you can become a partner. If you haven't taken the free trial, well then, what's stopping you? Go to www.cfrn.net/apply. Okay? Sign right up over there. And that is where I'm going to wrap it up. Unless Dwayne wants to add something in the recording, I'm going to wrap up the recording right here. 3,